on it. Everybody, come on, throw your hands up. We got that feel-good music, that vibe to make you wanna lose it. Everybody stop what you doing, rock to the music, bounce to the music. For all my people all across the globe, we got that feel-good music that'll heal your soul. No matter what, hit the dance floor with Honey Get Light. Get to know.
Yeah. What's going on, everybody? It's your man Vince Pass in the building for the podcast, the Vince Pass Experience. Y'all know what it is. We here tonight. Y'all know. I missed y'all last week. You feel me? Yo, shout out to everybody. All right, that's what's up. Thank you for tuning in tonight. My people's down in Atlanta. Marcello's in the building. Thank you. I appreciate it. Click, tag, and share it. You know what I'm saying? We're going to talk about it. We're going to chop it up. It's a lot of things, you know what I'm saying, that we can talk about this evening, but there's something in particular that I really would like to talk about. You know what I'm saying? But first, I want to say what's up to everybody that's out there, you know what I'm saying, in the metaverse and everything like that. I don't even know what the metaverse is. Let me not even talk about it. I know what it is. I just don't want to talk about it. But anyway, yo, listen, if you know anybody right now that's out there that's struggling, that's really struggling to keep their mental together, struggling to keep their life together, man. They feel like there's no hope. Or if that's you yourself, please make sure you call that number right there, National Suicide Hotline, 1-800-273-8255. Again, 1-800-273-8255. All right? And if you out there, man, like I said, you know anybody that needs some help, and, you know, pick up the phone, call someone. Someone needs some help today. You dig what I'm saying? Shout out to everybody that's joining the chat right now. Oh, first time, Florence Love. How you doing, Florence? I appreciate you joining in tonight. All right. So what I'm gonna do right now, I'm gonna put the chat overlay on so I can see everybody that's coming in at the same time, and I won't have to stop. You know, because I'm a one-man show. Just want everybody to know I'm a one-man show. So if you see a brief pause or something, that's just me doing my 1-2 thing. Okay. So I appreciate that. Okay. So listen, you know, right now you can catch me. I'm on YouTube as well. Right. Vince Pass / Vince Pass 1. I'm on LinkedIn right now. Got some people that's on LinkedIn. I appreciate them joining in right now. All right. You can also catch me on Facebook. I'm right there, Facebook / Vince Pass. And I'm on Twitter.com / Vince Pass TV. And last but not least, I'm on OneVoiceOneMic.com, which is my actual webpage. Okay. And if you want to call in tonight, it's 513-429-5964. Again, 513-429-5964. I hail from the city of Cincinnati, Ohio. You did what I'm saying? All right, that's what's up. And if you want Twitch.tv, yeah, I'm at it. There I go. Twitch.tv.com, Twitch.tv / Vince Pass. So, you know, I just want to let y'all know I wasn't on last week, and I skipped to every other weekend only because I've done so far about 70 shows so far. You know what I'm saying? So if you go to my One Voice One Mic Anchor.fm page, I'm even on Spotify as well. So if you go in there, you'll see a lot of my, you know, episodes that I got going on right now. You know what I'm saying? So definitely, I appreciate it. Everyone coming out this evening. Click, tag, and share it. Yo, listen, I want to talk to you about something important. It's called the Escalation Project. It's not nothing that has been named by society or has been named by anyone of importance except for myself. So, you know, the Escalation Project that I would like to call it, the Escalate. Yeah, I'm from Brooklyn originally. I've been out of Cincinnati for a long time. So shout out to all my peoples that are out there. Shout out to my Truth Be Told podcast. They on fake. Are you from the BX? That's what's up. I went to Stevenson, graduated from Steve-O. 88, class 88 in the building. Al, you know what I'm saying? Gotta put the arms up, you know, class 88. So yeah, I'm definitely from Stevenson. I graduated from Stevenson, but I'm from Brooklyn. So you can imagine, I was traveling all the way from Brooklyn all the way to the BX. You know what I'm saying? That's because I knew everybody between Manhattan and Brooklyn. So my principal was like, "Yo, Vince, you're not gonna graduate if you don't get your butt up out of here." You feel what I'm saying? That's what it was for me. So yeah, again, shout out to my peoples in New York City, always, every day. Yo, listen, I want y'all to follow my guy, man. Kels is nuts, 21. Kels is a comedian, up-and-coming comedian, straight from out of the BX. You dig what I'm saying? Follow him. He's on TikTok. He's on everything. He's doing a lot of great work right now, a lot of great stuff. He's a barber, just graduated from Lehman College, got 2 degrees and 1 master's degree. Well, shout out to my man, Big Kels, doing it big. All right? Yeah, man, you know, you come on here, you get shouted out. This is what we do around here. You know what I mean? But if you look at the lower part of your screen, you can check my audio podcast out, One Voice for Mike, on Anchor.fm, Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, Spotify. That's where your boy at. You did what I'm saying? Shout out to everyone come in. Click, tag, and share it. You know what I'm saying? Born and raised in the Chi. Shout out to Chicago. Chicago, to me, is like Brooklyn on steroids. That's how I feel. You know what I'm saying? But I love the ambiance of Chicago. You know what I'm saying? I definitely love Chicago pizza. You know, because I'm a pizza guy. I'm a big dude myself. You're only seeing the top half of me right now. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, so tonight I want to talk about the Escalation Project, man. Man, listen. So social media, okay? This is why I call it the Escalation Project. Back in 1997, you know what I'm saying? Social media actually began back then. Now, mind you, that's only 5 years after the internet actually started. So you got in 1992, 91, 92, you have computers just really coming out. So you had IBM back in the 70s, right? So now we don't put computers on the map, right? When we had Macs, right? It wasn't no Windows program. It was Steve Jobs and company. They all was together doing their 1-2 thing, right? And Ted, they was all in the lab putting this stuff together, right? Now you have 5 years from the time that computers that just dropped and came out. We had the 3.5 floppy disk. Y'all remember those, right? I'm quite sure. You know, all my new people, my new generation people don't remember that. You guys only know gig sticks. You dig what I'm saying? Yes, I went way back. I had no choice but to go way back on this. You feel me? So in 1997, 5 years, again, mind you, I want y'all to follow this timeline real quick. 5 years after the computers came out, right? Now, mind you, we had computers out, but I'm talking about home-made desktop computers were out now, okay? And courtesy of Apple, right? Generation 1. So, you know, these iPhones right here, I tell everybody that, listen, an iPhone, all right, is a computer with phone capabilities, right? But you have an Android that's a phone with computer capabilities. I want y'all to always remember that. That's why, like, when you put your Bluetooth on in your car, and you can have the Bluetooth on your iPhone, and a Bluetooth is on your Android, and your Bluetooth will power, these are power apps, your Bluetooth will basically bully the Android, so it won't go on. So if you guys don't know that, that's just a little sidebar caveat. You know what I'm saying? So if you don't believe me, go look that up. Go to the Apple website, it'll tell you. They deal with nothing but power applications. And computers deal with nothing but power applications. So social media has been around since 1997. When social media, the first social media company platform was 6 Degrees. That was founded by Andrew Weinreich in May of 1996. So he released it a year later. Okay. Now, mind you, 6 Degrees had, you know, features like profiles, because back then all you had was profiles, a friends list, right, and social media groups. That was just all under one umbrella at the time, right? Yeah, I mean, I you know, a lot of people didn't know that. You think what I'm saying? Tell you the truth, like when 6 Degrees came out, you had to go look for it. It wasn't a widespread social media platform, but when it was out, it was out. So it wasn't as popular in the sense of like, yo, I can go add like 1,500 people. It wasn't like that. The way that you you added people back then, you know what I'm saying? When you added people, you were able to see everything about them. No, man, you wasn't able to see everything about them. I'm sorry. 6 Degrees wasn't able to see everything about them. So the name 6 Degrees basically comes on what? 6 degrees of separation, which I would think that would only make sense, right? So in the beginning, social media was created for only ways to interact with one another. That was it. With families and friends, that's it. Okay, when we had some pictures, you know what I mean? When pictures were really blurry, I know y'all remember that. When you had the old Nokia phones, things like, you know, and mind you, the cell phone game had just started. Okay, so if we go back to the paid in full, you know, when people was having them big phones, you know, usually people that have big phones were people that have money, right? But then back in 97, in 95, 96, that's when flip phones started happening. Everyone had a gray Motorola. Whoever didn't have a gray Motorola, you lying. You lying. You know you had a great Motorola out here. Everyone did. But at that time, you was not able to use social media on phones, okay? Because they had to learn the right code for the cell phone, all right? So, but what happened was big business, again, came in and they saw an opportunity. And when they saw this opportunity, they took advantage of the platform, okay? So it was a fast rising method of communication. And so, yes, it was a situation now that while cell phones was on the rise, this platform was on the rise, it was only at some point that these two would actually meet, okay? Now, mind you, social media is not even 20, it's only 25 years old. Social media is only 25 years old. It is young. You feel me? My sister's always calling me, guys, when the podcast is on. How big, sis?
Oh, I'm sorry. I was just trying to get a phone call.
I will call you afterwards. But hey, tune in. Go to the YouTube page, youtube.com/Vince Pass One. Go come on out and come check me out tonight.
Okay,
Love you,
okay.
sis.
I'm online. Okay.
All right. So, that's family. That's why I love my sister. She always checking in on bro. You feel me? Shout out to us, her birthday week. Shout out to my girl Linnell's her birthday week. Shout out to my man Sam and his wife. They just renewed their vows. So anyway, let's get back to it. So mind you, social media is only 25 years old. You would think that with all of the technology, all of the evolution that took place, social media would be way, way, way older than what it is. But it actually isn't. So, and it's still evolving. You dig what I'm saying? It's still evolving. So remember, you had Friendster. Who remember Friendster? I'm quite sure everybody remember Friendster. Okay. Then you had, I'm gonna tell you, you had LinkedIn. LinkedIn been around, all right, since like 2003, 2004. A lot of people don't know LinkedIn been out there, right? LinkedIn is one of the oldest. They're one of the original 5 sites, and mind you, that is the only original 5 site. And you probably got some MySpace still around. Let me see. Can I pull MySpace up right now? Let me double check that real quick. If I can pull MySpace up, I'm gonna share my screen with y'all. Oh, Jesus Christ. MySpace is still around. Okay. Yeah, you got to sign in MySpace. Oh man, I don't even know my code anymore. But you still got MySpace. You dig what I'm saying? But now you got MySpace is still around, and then you have LinkedIn, okay, which are the two originators of the 5 that been around. So the other one was High Five. I'm quite sure you remember High Five, more of a teenager type thing. You did what I'm saying. And then 6 Degrees. And of course, the one that was the prelude to Facebook was MySpace. Everybody in their mama had a MySpace page. Everybody. There's not one person that could tell me they didn't have a MySpace page. If you had a MySpace page, let me tell you what else you had. You only had 2. Let's be clear. You only had 2 email addresses. You either had an AOL, come on, you had an AOL, or you had a what? A Yahoo. Yahoo has been around for a long time. Before Google, before there was a Gmail, before there was a Microsoft, right? There was AOL. Everybody and their mama had an AOL address. Heck, some people I know still have an AOL address to this day. And they still using it. So all these companies began in a 6-year period of each other, right? From 97 to 2003. For instance, LinkedIn, High Five, 6 Degrees, um, MySpace, right? Then, for instance, then you had Facebook. They dropped worldwide launch in 2004, all right? Facebook right now serves over 2.5 billion people. That's worldwide. So can you only imagine the reach that Facebook actually has right now? You feel what I'm saying? So when you think about that, if Facebook had that kind of reach, MySpace has 79.5 million people using that platform at the time, right? Can you only imagine what that was the beginning of, right? Right. So now you have people gravitating over to Facebook. MySpace started losing some steam. Mind you, when Facebook dropped, Facebook caused all of these companies, 6 Degrees is shut down. They tried to reopen, caused these people to rethink the game at some point. In less than a generation, social media has become what is what the 20 what we use and call it now. It is the 21st century virtuoso marketing. The number one marketing tool is the internet. Okay, the number one marketing tool. I'm gonna get to my point. As you hear, you see how this elevates. We start from 97 and we just start going up. We start going up. We start going up. 2000 between 97 and 2003. You feel what I'm saying? We had 4, 5 social media platforms. We had Friendster, LinkedIn, High Five, 6 Degrees, and MySpace. Now, 21st century marketing tool, right? So yeah, let's talk about it now. Here's what you can find on this 21st century marketing tool. You can find anything from legal to illegal drugs, sex, porn sites, shoes, clothing, accessories, right? Groceries, churches, food, how-to videos. You can do how-to anything on Facebook, okay? Guns, violence, murder, gang activities, real estate, scam artists, financial advice, podcasters such as myself, motivational activities. The list goes on and on and on and on and on about what you can find on social media. Social media has become anything you want platform, right? Now I want you to understand something why I call it the Escalation Project. Because if you hear from what I just said from 97 to 2003, you can find anything on here, okay? You definitely find your drugs on here. You definitely find sex on here, right? You can definitely find porn sites on your social media platforms, okay? But here's the one thing that you find that is like number one, and it pushes these sites over the edge. Yo, violence. No one's watching TV anymore because everybody's on here. People spend 12 hours a day on this. 12 hours a day. Do you know what 12 hours a day is? You feel what I'm saying? 12 hours a day is serious. That is serious work. For somebody to be on there 12 hours a day. Do you know what you have to be missing to be on social media 12 hours a day? So you want to think about the effects of what social media causes, right? So you sitting on this thing 12 hours a day, looking at all kinds of stuff. You feel what I'm saying? So addictions can be associated with social media. Here's the cause. Social media can be addictive. It has consequences on anxiety, dependence, irritability, lack of self-control. Who's already experienced this that you know? Yeah, Florence, it's very disturbing. Very disturbing. You feel what I'm saying? Like, think about it for a second. How many times have, just say you, because we all are guilty of it, all right? We all are guilty of it. I raise my hand to the sky because I'm guilty of it. I was guilty of it at one point too. When there was a post that you might have posted, and you go back to keep looking to see who liked it. Yo, this thing gets addictive. That's real rap. Or there's something that you were saying that you feed it into the post, and you see how many likes you have, how many shares you have. You feel me? This is what social media does. Okay, that's everybody. Everybody is guilty of it. How many times you are unable to put it down? Okay, so it does show the addictive presence of anxiety because people be, especially if you're a person who probably who's either bullied or don't have a lot of friends. You know what I'm saying? And now your community, your new friendship has become all the people online. Not saying that there aren't no genuine people online because I've seen them and I've actually met them. But it's the truth. How many? It becomes your life. You can literally become anything you want on social media. You could be anything. You could be a rock star. You could be a real estate agent. You can tell anybody anything on Facebook on social media about who you are or who you're trying to be. anything. Anything? Just like my man Eminem thing said. You can become anything. Anything? Yeah, you can. That's not no game. That's real. That's real. And then we think about how social media is affecting our kids. Okay? So besides the fact that there are consequences of anxiety, dependence, irritability, lack of self-control, here's what experts said about social media when it came to students. Conduct causing emotional problems, attention deficit and hyperactivity, peer problems, poor sleep quality, and sleep inefficiency. Our kids would be up all night. I remember a time where I would have to go downstairs and literally take phones from my kids. Literally. Literally. And I'm quite sure some of you remember doing that to your own children. Taking the phones, leave them at the door. And they be fiending like a crackhead to get on there. Yeah, that's real. You feel this? Yo, Florence, I'm so serious. That's so real. Finding the balance, like you said, is extremely important. Yes, it is. But what happens when you don't find the balance? What happens when you or your kids or someone you love don't find the balance? Okay? What happens? Again, it is the same kind of high that's produced, okay? It that the feeling of cocaine gives you. You feel what I'm saying? Yo, think about it. You may not have never taken drugs before, okay? But people are out here chasing friends, retweets, shares from social media. Um, it releases a level of dopamine in your system. You dig what I'm saying? And what happens is that with the dopamine is producing the same effect, right? Copying the same exact effect, right? That a person receives when one gets high off off cocaine. That's real. You feel what I'm saying? And that's real. It's nothing else that can be said towards that. You know what I mean? So you got people that's out here that's like, yo, I need to get that next fix. And they're not even talking about drugs, man. They are talking about I need to get on social media. You know what I'm saying? So, for all the people that honestly do not know exactly what dopamine is, here it is for you right now. This is what dopamine is. Here we go. Wow. All right. Look at that definition for a minute. A compound present in the body as a neurotransmitter and a procurer of other substances, including epinephrine. Yeah, that's crazy. Your body produces things. It's crazy how the body works. Your body produces things to keep you balanced and things to fight off germs, feel in your like when God made this thing, He made something beautiful. Okay, when God made the human body, He made something beautiful. Okay, so again, we don't look at social media as being what they say it is, but that's for real. Okay, if you ain't never been a drug addict before, guess what? You one now, and you just don't even know it. But your drug of choice is not physical, but it affects your physical at some point. Okay, overstimulation of social networking, all right, shifts the nervous system into flight or fight. You feel what I'm saying? Fight or flight mode. Disorders such as ADHD and depression, defiant disorders, anxieties, are worse. How many kids you know are suffering from this right now? How many adults do you know that's suffering from this right now? That's just the reality. That's the reality. People are suffering from this thing. You feel me? To the point where it becomes hospitalization. You know, it comes to a point where you're affected. Um, you can lose your job. You grades in school slip heavily. But the other side of it is that people don't think social media addiction is real. And so when you look at how it causes kids to be more hyper, irritable, lacking self-control. They become depressed. ADHD goes on high. Anxiety is on 10. You dig what I'm saying? Social media produces also an inadequacy about your life. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, again, you got people that's trying to be a whole bunch of stuff out here, but honestly don't even know what they want to be. But here it is. We have social media telling us who we are. You can get on here and find any level of motivational speech on here, whether it be positive or negative. Hell, you find thunder sounds to go to sleep at night. This is what we have resulted to. You find every sermon, you find every politician, you find everything on here. This is the 21st century marketing tool. It ain't happened in less than 50 years. We only in year 2022. Get your blue check mark. Yeah. Become a certified Instagrammer. All these influencers out here. Twitter. Come get your blue check mark. Come get certified. So everyone can follow you. I tell you, I do this for the love. I don't care if one person following me, one person is listening to me. I don't even care. If 10,000 people listen to me, then fine. If 10,000 people can get this work. But here's the one thing I'm not going to do. I'm not going to chase no followers. I'm not going to tell you to be like, yo, just be my friend. Just follow my page. Yo, you ain't got to follow me. All I ask is that you click the message, pass it to somebody. If you don't want it, give it to somebody else. That's it. You don't want to listen to me? Fine. There's 20 million other podcasters that are out here. But here's the one thing that I'm not going to do. I'm not going to beg no one to follow me, and I'm not going to follow. I'm not going to be on nobody's coattail because I don't want nobody on mine. I don't want to be addictive. I don't want to be those things. I don't want to be where you feeding to find out when's the next podcast dropping. I want to be a person that gives you good information. That's it. Have a good conversation with you. That's what I want my platform to be used for. If my platform can't be used for that, I don't want to be on no social media platform at all. At all. I can't speak for no other podcaster. I can't speak for no other informational relayer. I can't speak for no other media type individual. I can only speak for Vince Paz. That's it. Thank you, Florence. I appreciate you for even joining in tonight. I really do. You know, I can never be anything other than who I am. And I thank God that I have been able to be around people who know who I am. Listen, I don't care if I got 5 listeners on my One Voice, One Mic pod. I don't care. It does not move me. It doesn't move me. At the end of the day, I'm coming right back to my apartment after work. You feel what I'm saying? I'm gonna go ahead and drop signs for people. I'm gonna be in my group who I love, my TBT team. You know what I'm saying? Truth Be Told podcast. Follow them. You know what I'm saying? On Instagram because they're one of the rawest, realest podcasts, Instagram programs that's out. You dig what I'm saying? I only follow real people. So to be honest with you, so the people who I follow, I only got two podcasts that I follow. That's just me. Now for some other people, they be like a dog chasing the fire truck. People want to show up on every site. They want to be seen on every site. You feel what I'm saying? They going live every 10 minutes. Come on, man. A lot of people don't go live without a message. So this is what I'm saying. Like it's addictive. People get addicted to being what they feel that they want to be on here. It's a drug. It's a drug. TBT in the building, should be told what's going on. It's a drug. People are addicted to social media, but a lot of people are addicted to social media bullshit. That's real rap. People are addicted to social media bullshit. A lot of people will be on social media. They will click, and I've seen it and I watched it. And actually, I did an experiment several years ago about this. For instance, I put up a video of something powerful, spiritual, Christ-like. It got 5 likes, 2 shares. But I put up violence, you see a whole slew of comments, whole bunch of shares. So social media has become the new Don King. Every day we're watching something from Hollywood Unlocked, the real DL Hughley. Yo, they got teams of people that look this stuff up, and it's real. Now, I'm not saying that it's not good information to bring to you. You feel what I'm saying? Because it's always great to hear what somebody else they're thinking. But when we become addicted to it, addicted to the point where we're now laughing at the murders that's taking place. People are broadcasting live murders or staging murders. In my Truth Be Told group, they posted a video, and we were all analyzing the video. And I downloaded the video, and I said, yo, let me look at this real carefully. Somebody supposedly shot somebody about 100 times, but there was no blood splatter. So I said, yo, this is fake. Now we're dealing with fake news. So we got real people dying. They showing that. These social media companies are making profit off murder, driving up the ratings. Driving them up. They're showing violence upon violence. They're showing violence to the point where America has already been known as a violent country. But now our social media platforms are now the new informational highway, not only to convict people, but for other people to become victims of crime. You know, man, look, you could, excuse me, I have to pick something up. You could, we got rape going on. We had a murder. A dude broadcasted live after he done killed 3 of his kids because he was angry at his girlfriend or the kid's mother. How you gonna kill your 3 kids? I think there was 6, 4, and 2. How you gonna kill your babies? You had a mother that came on after that I seen. How are you killing your kids for what? There's no views after this. It's nothing but prison. Police having full-blown chases. Showing murder, showing some of the police officers. Let me be clear when I say this, because if someone repeats this, I want them to be able to say it for verbatim. All police officers aren't bad, but they're definitely showing the ones who kill in cold-blooded murder. Then we have other videos that come out that want black people to get into an uproar that don't even show what happens from the beginning. Like, it's bait, it's clickbait. And we fall for it. Every time we click on something, somebody getting paid. Look up clickbait. Let's go. You feel what I'm saying? Let's get a little homework going on right now. Let's look up clickbait. I'm going to get it for y'all right now. Clickbait. Okay? Here's what clickbait is. Let let me go ahead and put it on here for y'all, so y'all understand what's really going on this internet thing. You feel what I'm saying? Because a lot of people really don't know. A lot of people just don't know, and it's not that they don't care either. They just don't know. So yeah, I'm gonna show y'all what clickbait is. Let me grab this last definition for you. Bam, here it is. Here we go. Clickbait. Here you go, Florence. This is what clickbait is. Content whose main purpose is to attract attention and encourage visitors to click on a link to a particular web page, right? How many times have you clicked on a reel, right? And it will take you to another page, to another page, to another page, to another page. This is what it is. It's clickbait, right? Yeah, we all are guilty of that. So how do you find the balance, like Florence said? How do you find that balance? You know what I'm saying? How do you tell the difference between people who actually care, that's doing podcasting, and a real podcaster who cares about their audience, or you have someone who is just, you know, playing the game? Okay, because there are a lot of them out here that's just playing the game. All right. So real quick, what I want to do right now, I want to pull up. I want to show a video. I hope you stick around for it. It's your man Vince Pass in the building for the podcast, the Vince Pass Experience. This is my One Voice, One Mic t-shirt. You catch the podcast, you did what I'm saying. I'm going to flash it at the bottom of the screen, like I said, my one-man show. All right? Check out the audio podcast, One Voice, One Mic, on Anchor.fm, Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, Spotify. Yo, listen, I'm on several different platforms, okay? And I bring the heat every time. I don't be playing. So look, what I want to do right now for everyone, is oh, this your first time seeing clickbait? Yeah, like, yo, listen, Florence, listen. Yo, let me tell you, I'm 51 years old, right? I'm a confess. I'm 51, okay? I know my energy is, I'm younger than I feel. I'm younger than I am, okay? My kids, and I just had one. Thank you, I appreciate it, Florence. Um, my kids said to me, and my kids' friends said to me. Now, mind you, my oldest is 35, okay? 34, excuse me. And her friends always said, yo, your pops is so cool. Your pops is so intelligent. Your pops is so up on everything. Music, lingo, everything. That's just the Brooklyn in me. You feel me? That's the city boy in me. You feel me? If I was from Chicago, I'll be up on my lingo too, saying what's up to everybody, giving love. You feel me? Calling back home, seeing what's the happenings, right? The one thing that I pride myself on is staying relevant. Not relevant because I want to be down with something. Not relevant because I want to be down with something. Relevant because I need to make sure that as the world turns, my information grows. I don't stop growing. You feel what I'm saying? We got to get to a point where our wisdom, our knowledge matches our wisdom. There's too many people out here that's giving too much advice about a bunch of shit that really, honestly, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to curse. A bunch of stuff, right, that won't work for somebody else. Okay? You got to put a disclaimer on the information you give it. Okay? And I put a disclaimer on my information all the time. I don't know everything. Okay? You may not like what I say. I may not like what you say, but I respectfully agree to disagree. You may take something that I say tonight and it may work for you, it may not. I don't claim to be the expert. I am only a person who cares about being a servant for people. That's it. And I pray that any information that I give, you verify. I pray for any information that I give that you pray on it. I pray for any information that I give that it don't come from me, but it comes from the presence of the Holy Spirit. So let me tell you, that's where I stand. Now, you can go back on any of my shows. I speak about God on any of my shows. You feel me? That's how I operate in the social media space. Cause I gotta always stay grounded. Always. All right. So if people stop listening to my show because of that, y'all got no problem with it. I'll still be up here with 0 views. No problem. And I'll go on to the next show next week. You feel me? So again, if this is a passion of mine. If someone wants to pay me for it, yo, fine. All right, fine. Let me get paid for it. Okay, I'll do this. I'll do this because I love to do it. But at the end of the day, whether I get paid for it or not, I love to do it. 5 people, 50 people, 500 people, 5,000. I'm still gonna be rocking. But clickbait is for real, and we do it all the time. Every time we go on to a website, accessories, we go on Amazon, we go on Dick's, we go on Victoria's Secret. Doesn't matter. Clickbait. What do you think happens when we're on social media, Facebook, and we see an advertising, or we see something in our stories that come up? We try to go past it. Sometimes we accidentally click it. Guess what? Every click, somebody gets money for it. That's the way of the world. This is what they've done. Thank you. I appreciate it. I definitely appreciate it, Florence. So real quick, what I want to do for y'all right now, I want to play a video, okay? And it's a 5-minute video, but I'm gonna cut it short. And it talks in the name of the video that I'm about to put on. All right, it's called "How Social Media is Destroying Society." Okay, and then we're gonna come right back to that. I'm just gonna play a little piece of it. I'm not gonna play it long, but yeah, check it out real fast.
I want you to start looking for something. And I promise you, once you start looking for it, you'll never be able to stop seeing it everywhere you go. When's the last time you've walked into a restaurant and saw an entire table of friends on their phone? Or a group of people on the street? Or maybe even your family in the morning, each content to be in their own world, nearly unaware of the reality around them? If the majority of human interaction is nonverbal, what would happen if you removed everything but that small remainder for over a decade? As it turns out, that's the very experiment that we're living in today. I remember when I was growing up, way back in the day, a prehistoric time before everyone had a cell phone, and computers were named after the year they were made in. Okay, I'm not quite a dinosaur yet, but I grew up in a unique time where half of my childhood was without the major technology and platforms that seem to rule parts of our lives today, and the other half of my childhood was rapidly slingshotted into the new age of technology. I remember from the earlier half of my childhood, life seemed different, especially human interaction. If you wanted to talk with someone, you had no other option but to physically go out and find them and spend uninterrupted time with them in the same room. And while you were there was nothing pulling your attention away. Nothing in the back of your mind reminding you that there are hundreds of other people sharing information that you might be missing out on. That degree of presence, practiced day in and day out, created a different richness to human interaction, with intricacies and nuances that seems to be slowly and gradually lost the further we progress into this new age of technological advancement. And with the meteoric rise in popularity for documentaries like The Social Dilemma, it's safe to say that this is a growing sentiment and realization within today's culture. The terrifying crux to the problem is actually quite simple. There's a massive mismatch between the rate of adaptation and advancement between our biology and technology. Because of the law of accelerating returns, the pace of advancement in information technology is exponential, and while technology continues to grow at a rapid pace, we're left still trying to figure out how it actually impacts us, especially when we're teaching algorithms to predict and modulate our behavior.
Okay, I showed a piece of that, right? Understand what it just said. What the video just showed you. It showed you several dynamics, but I want to deal with the last one for a second. It said that technology is rapidly changing while we're still stuck trying to figure out what they're developing in technology. I broke it all the way down as simple as I can. we're still sitting here looking at the screen, trying to figure out what just happened. Technology is moving at a rapid pace. So biologically, the brain cannot obtain and maintain all the information that it is receiving because we're not built that way. Remember, the computer is built upon what the human body, the brain, the nervous center, okay, central nervous system does in the human body, the same way that the hard drive operates inside of a computer. It needs to be a white. It needs to be bigger space. The brain doesn't carry that much level of space until you unlock your brain. But until you unlock your brain, you won't be able to maintain all of that. So it has to be a wipe somewhere in there. But we're going to keep on going. I mean, Florence, you still here? Let me know if you're still here, Florence. Shout out to everyone that's coming in and out. I appreciate y'all. You feel what I'm saying? So let me keep on going with this real quick. Let me keep on going. Ballhead, what's going on, man? Shout out to my brother Ballhead. Let me keep on going. Let's keep on going with this.
I don't think that anyone's denying that social media, as well as instant communication, is extremely addictive, and its addiction falls right within the same symptoms as substance abuse. But what we don't quite know yet is how this addiction over time changes not only our behaviors through hacking our positive reinforcement centers of the brain, but how over time it changes our perception of reality itself. When we first embarked upon the social media experiment, we had far more in-person interactions under our belt than we did interactions online. So we took our in-person frame of reference and viewed all of our technological interactions through that lens. But now, in a time when we have hundreds, even thousands of friends, acquaintances, celebrities, and online personalities that we keep up with online, we have slowly over time replaced the majority of our interactions with being digital. How much do we now view our in-person interactions through our new digital lens? As a prominent example, you can look at our growingly polarized political discourse in modern times, and you see that we've already started to see the symptoms of a very binary interpretation of human interaction. It's also worrisome to think that our upcoming generation's digital presence may end up being more important than their in-person presence.
Man, shout out to everybody that is watching this right now. Tonight we're talking about the Escalation Project, social media and media objective. We're talking about the platforms that have evolved over the last 25 years. Understanding that, again, social media is only 25 years old, okay? First social media pages started out in 1997. You have Friendster, High Five, LinkedIn, which is one of the best business sites that are still around today. You had MySpace, okay? And then you had, what's that other one I just talked about? I said High Five. There it is. High Five. Friendster, LinkedIn, High Five, 6 Degrees, and MySpace. And so here we are from 6 years, from 97 to 2003. You had 5 of the major players. 2 of those are still around today. Okay? This makes you mad and sad. I'm gonna put that up, Ballhead, for you right now. My man Ballhead Buchanan says, this makes you mad and sad when you take it away from people, which is bad because they seem they can't work or deal without having social media. And I was told by a doctor, yes, very much. I'm going to put something else up here. What happens, Ballhead, and it was saying that social media causes overstimulation of social networking, shifts the nervous system into a fight or flight mode. Disorders such as ADHD, depression, defiant disorder, and anxieties are worse. Now I want y'all to see what it says. It says ADHD. It's not just attention deficit disorder, okay? It is adult deficit as well, okay? So let's be clear that this is not just affecting children; it's affecting adults as well. To the point where it's that defiant disorders. So, for instance, don't think for one moment that when you have all of these children out here doing murders, that they're not influenced, not just by the music, but also by social media. Don't think that it's not. Don't think that is not. Do not think that is not. You will be sadly mistaken. You will be so off in the realm of life that you'll be living in your own alternate reality. And here again, you can be whatever you want to be on social media, correct? Right. So again, it tells you to the point where it alters your reality. Yo, we are all guilty of having our phones at dinner, doing this, all that. Yo, listen, my girl look at me like I'm putting this up. Sometimes I gotta put it on vibrate. You dig what I'm saying? Not because I'm looking at what other people are doing. I got phone calls that come in. Yo, listen, you and me, forget that phone for a minute. This thing has become to me a bane of our existence because it has changed the way that we communicate. Our children have poor social interaction skills. Yes, they do. They have poor interaction skills. They don't know how to deal with conflict. Again, like you said, boy, when you take the phone or tablet from a kid, they get highly upset, defiant, disorder. They are being defiant in that moment. You feel what I'm saying? Because they feel like this is exactly what they need. When the reality is that's not what they need. They need that swift butt whooping. That's what they need in that moment when you tell them to do something, they just not doing it. But again, we talk about how technology is growing and it moves at such an exponential rate that so imagine what it does to adults. Yes, but technology is moving so fast that we can't keep up. Again, we try to cram all of this stuff into our brain that we depend on social media to basically do what? Teach us. Now, again, I was saying it before. You can find motivational speakers on here. You can find any how-to. You can find how to grow drugs. You can find how to sell drugs. We have legal pharmacies on here. You dig what I'm saying? We have all kind of stuff on here. You feel what I'm saying? They need attention outside of this social media. But again, here it is again. Programs have been taken away. We've given up our space to where we live. Gentrification has not done anything but take over our neighborhoods, which we allow because again, we don't know how to act. We don't know how to treat our stuff. We think that burning down everything when there's a police shooting is supposed to be it. And then we get escalated by social media from the images that they show. And then guess where we at? Fight or flight. Here we go. We fighting or we fighting. What we doing? We out here doing exactly what is being said. Florence, I appreciate you showing up. Shout out to my girl Florence Love. Thank you. I appreciate it, man. I appreciate it. Please, man. Please. For all of you people that are out here, you got to understand that when you are dealing in the concept of family dynamic, you got to know that when they walk into the door, there is no more phone. There is no more any of that. Let's have a conversation. Talk to me. That's why I sit with my kids and I talk to my children. When we talk, there's no phones, no nothing. We take a good 15, 20 minutes, half hour, just talk about the day. What's going on? Shout out to my man, CO Gold. You dig? And TBT in the building. I'm just saying, you got to take the time to talk to your kids. You got to take the time to talk to your kids. Again, I'm going to say it 3 times. You got to take the time to talk to your kids. Remove the social media activity from your kids' hands. Decrease the level of dopamine that is going into their system for every time that they hold on to the phone. Understand something. It's not just them. It's adults as well. So please, adults, don't think for one moment that you are not getting presented with the euphoric feeling of cocaine. Every time you keep this phone in your hand and you keep doing this, doing that, looking into the phone, and your eyes getting wide, doing all this, like, oh snap, getting super excited, doing all that other kind of stuff. Learn to put the phone down. Learn to face it down. So one day someone said to me, yo, why you face a woman asked me this. She said, why do you face your phone down? You got something to hide? I said, no, I don't got nothing to hide. It's that I don't want to be distracted when I'm in a conversation by my phone going off. So I keep it on silent or I keep it on vibrate and I turn my phone down. Because even though you don't hear your phone, you can see your phone. I don't need to see it while I'm talking. I'll check to make sure my kids didn't call and that's it. And then I'm turning it down. Exactly, ballhead. Definitely. Table talk with your kids. Do a table talk. You feel me? Sit them down. When was the last time everyone had dinner together? Or heck, even when you had dinner with one of them. If you go out to eat with your kid, yo, ain't no phones, bro. We ain't doing that. We talking. There's a reason why we out here. Okay? But let me tell you what else social media has done. Okay, we got clickbait, predicts they write algorithms to predict all of our next moves on social media. You think people get 37,000 followers? They're predicting our moves on social media. They shadow boxing us because we don't move as fast as light does. Technology is light. To those people that are not living in the spiritual world, so let's just keep it 100. So I understand. Shout out to my man CO Gold in the building. You did. So all I'm saying is that as we escalate into the next half of this millennium, we're not even at 2025 yet. We got 75 more years to go to complete a whole millennium. And look where we at so far when it comes to the social media age. We glorify this age. We glorify it. You feel what I'm saying? We glorify it. Shout out to my man Murdoch Corey in the building. Here we go. I'm just saying, man, we are in a space right now where we have got to be careful and be clear about who we are following on social media, who do we give our time to on social media, the groups that we in on social media. We have to be careful with those things. Have to. I may be a part of some other groups. I'm actually tomorrow getting rid of all of them. CO Gold got you. You feel what I'm saying? Fuck my man CO Gold in the building. You feel me? Y'all, make sure y'all following this right here, Truth Be Told Podcast. You deal what I'm saying? That is a podcast that I follow. I'm a part of that group because I know these people personally. Okay? Become a part of a group of people you know personally. You feel me? Because a lot of these other groups that you get in, they could lead you all the way astray. So please, when y'all get some time, man, make sure y'all click on 2P Told on IG. You know what I mean? They one of the up and coming, hottest, realest podcasts. Realest. I'm talking about real. Shout out to Glam and Rain. Real podcast, man. Really real. I wouldn't even say it if I didn't mean it. It is a real podcast with real people that talk about real problems and are very transparent. Very, very transparent. You cannot get no more transparent than the group that I deal with. You did what I'm saying? So shout out to y'all. Shout out to my TBT family always. You did what I'm saying? Yo, listen, I want to play the rest of this video for you right now. And hold on to your seats, man. Because what's getting ready to happen in the next 2 minutes, y'all are not going to believe. All right?
So how do we stop all of this from happening? Is the answer to shut it all down, just pull the plug on big tech? I don't think that it is. The truth is, we've opened Pandora's box, and this is the reality that we're now faced with. So what's the path forward? The first step is underway: awareness. Much of classical conditioning, and if you don't know what that is, Pavlov's dogs might ring a bell, is based on the more non-conscious mechanisms of the brain. If you become conscious of how the conditioning is affecting you, it gives you a degree of control over your behavior. Beyond that, it's important to maintain that balance of in-person and digital interaction. You want the lens that you view the world from to be a full 100% of human communication. Body language, emotion, facial expression, nuanced tonality. It's what we were designed to do, and we can't let that practice atrophy, because that's what creates our sense of identity and community that gives us a healthy view of others in the world. If we can maintain that balance, we can begin to have a healthier relationship with our online presence and retain control over the influence these platforms and technologies have on us. These algorithms are based on human behavior and response, and that's something we have control over. Take some small steps today. Maybe start by uninstalling some social media platforms from your phone. Then you have to physically go log into your computer to use it, removing some of the convenience. If you're tied to your phone for work, once the day is done, find some time to spend with your family and friends, and turn your phone completely off for it. Be fully present with the people that you're with. And you just might notice that the world isn't quite as crazy as it seems, and that the life right in front of you is beautiful.
Yo, y'all know what it is. It's your man Vince Pass in the building. Y'all know what it is. Thank y'all for coming out tonight. You did what I'm saying. Truth be told, make sure y'all definitely follow my Truth Be Told people. You feel what I'm saying? On IG, shout out to my man Ballhead for coming through. Shout out to you, Ballhead Buchanan, one of the hottest MCs out of Brooklyn, straight from the star. My man CO Gold, you feel what I'm saying, down in the A, one of the hottest producers out there in the game. Got a new album out right now. You did CO Gold, you feel me? Shout out to Florence Love. Thank you for tuning in from IG. Look forward to hearing more from you. Yo, listen. Your boy is out here. You did. I'm in the streets. Real talk. But yo, you want to hear more from me? Here I go. Baby, you are the soul that snaps my control. Check out my audio podcast. One Voice, One Mic on Anchor.fm, Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, all that, Spotify. Catch me. I'm on several different platforms. You dig what I'm saying? Yo, make sure y'all check out the To Be Told podcast tomorrow night, 8 o'clock. Let's get at it. You feel what I'm saying? Let me know you here. Follow my man Big Kells. Big Kells 21 on IG. You feel me? And yo, again, I say this to you over and over again. Let me stop for this for 1 second. If you know somebody that is having a tough time with their life and can't keep their minds right, their mentality is off the chain, they living in this social media thing, you feel what I'm saying? Not living life the way they should be living it, and they need help, reach out to them, okay? But if you feel you can't reach them, be next to them when they make this next call, because it may be the one call they say they make that may be able to save their life. National Suicide Prevention Lifeline number is the 1-800-273-8255. Again, 1-800-273-8255. Yo, listen, man, it's your man Vince Pass in the building. Y'all know what it is. Catch y'all next week. Holla at y'all. Feel this feel good music. Y'all know.
So good. Feels good, don't it? Everybody, come on. Throw your hands up. We got that feel good music, that vibe that make you wanna lose it. Everybody stop what you doing, rock to the music, bounce to the music. All my people all across the globe, we got that feel good music that'll heal your soul. No matter what, hit the dance floor with honey, get light. Get to know her, get a number, get right. Get some drinks at the bar, get nice. Feel good, don't it? You don't have to be a rapper, a ball player to ball player. Get your ones up so you can ball later. Whether you Big Pimpin' the O.J. Simpson, no matter who you are, just get it where you fit in. Some people gonna hate you cause you chillin'. So what? Don't mean you have to change how you livin'. Know what? We got that feel good music, that vibe that make you wanna lose it. Everybody stop what you doing, rock to the music, bounce to the music. Now everybody, come on.